We've taken up anthropology as a bit of a hobby since relieving ourselves of our 9-to-5s. Studying our own humanity has brought forth more questions than answers in a lot of ways, but it helps us fill our time with interesting conversation.
We should start keeping track of every single time you hurt yourself so that we can figure out a percentage, a true percentage of how much time you actually spend injured. You hurt yourself all the time. The universe is out to get you. Your simulation is telling you something.
Blood cancer.
It's not blood cancer.
Applying the knowledge to our own experiences and being more self-aware has made us reevaluate a lot of our previously held values. Priority shifts are inevitable if you're forcing yourself out of your comfort zone. We all crave a sense of satisfaction at the end of the day, and the best way we've found to achieve it is to live life just on the edge of scared shitless. Yes, I know, that sounds really dumb, but accomplishing tasks that force you to learn more about yourself and what you are physically and mentally capable of seems to bring out the best in us, so we're rolling with it. We left our bustling city and all its conveniences to live a life much more centered on our personal well-being. But something we overlooked pretty heavily over the last year was the very human need for community and connection. As introverts, we have a tendency to get lost in our own space, and in doing so, we isolate ourselves not just from the world around us, but also from each other. Sometimes Will and I have to give ourselves a swift kick in the pants, so to speak. Shut the laptop, put down the book, and take off the headphones in order to feel normal again. We talk about social battery in terms of how much energy we store for public interaction, but we're also a bit like marine solar systems. Without the appropriate charge controllers, we burn ourselves out. If left to our own devices for too long, we lose sight of the things that matter in life: community, family, and friendship. Homo sapiens are a clan-based species. Somewhere along the line, we figured out that working together and taking care of each other gave us the greatest potential for survival. Tack on the emotional needs of a sentient creature, and the answer becomes even clearer. We are born to be social. Isolating ourselves is as adverse to our health as smoking. But how do you solve that problem? How do you satisfy that base need when you are all alone in a remote anchorage? Easy. You convene with Mother.
Hey, I'm Em, and you're watching This Sailing Bison.
We're Will and Em, and we're living on the hook in our sailboat, Appa. After years of plotting our escape from the Fire Nation, aka our day jobs, we're finally home free on the open seas. Living off the land and learning how to take life at a much slower pace, we're embarking on our monomyth with our trusty sidekick, Lou Dog. Grab a beer, kick your feet up, and let us take you on this wild ride aboard our sailing bison.
Today is Saturday.
It's Saturday!
We are going to move from Punta Chavato on the eastern side of Isla San Marcos. Nope.
Bahia El Burro.
We're going to move from Bahia El Burro on the eastern side of Isla San Marcos to Sweet Pea.
That was my nickname when I was a child.
I didn't know that.
Really?
We're moving to Emily's namesake, which is on the western side of Isla San Marcos. So all in all, it's only about an 8-mile journey, and you'll probably notice that there's no wind right now. That's okay though, because we haven't run our engine in about probably 2.5, 3 weeks. Really been a while.
It's really been that long.
So it's time to run that girl. Again, just like regular maintenance, gotta keep it running.
Run that girl.
Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that?
We will begin our journey motoring. This will also help us because even though there's no wind, there's a current that is helping us at the moment. and by midday today it will be hurting us. We want to get around the northern point of Isla San Marcos before that current flips. You ready?
I've been ready. Born ready.
All right.
You look like you have something important to say.
Nope.
Good talk. I had dreams last night that Blue Dog and I were on an adventure and he could talk. Oh, can you talk? Do you know that word? Can you talk? Do you know English? I have a proposition for you.
What is that, Emily?
How would you like to do a little role reversal today? And you go to the bow, pull the anchor up, and I drive us out of the anchorage.
All right.
Little babies.
Lanes. All right, I got the road off.
Check my navionics though, so I have to turn you off for a second.
Ready for me to keep going?
Okay, I'm ready. Alright, navionics looks good. There's really nothing I can hit in the bay.
All right, soft forward.
Okay.
Oh, anchor's up.
Alright, anchor's up. Wheels back in the cockpit now. High five. How'd it go up there?
Easy peasy. Time to get my fishing line in the water. Gonna catch some fish.
And away we go. Just get to look at me and my abs.
There's a big fish. Whoa. Woo-hoo. I'm making no progress. Look at that. There it is. It's like a bonito. Blue dog. Oh, it's got teeth, whatever it is.
Maybe it's another mackerel.
It looks like a small bonito.
Let me grab the field guide.
Okay.
Can you see him? He does look a bit like a bonito, that's for sure. Yeah, I think it's a bonita.
I've never seen them with teeth before.
Yeah, that's weird.
Alright, can I have a gap in my knife?
Here, that's open. Knife's right behind you. Let me take the cover off it.
Nope.
He's got like razor teeth.
Yeah. That's a bonito. I've never caught one like that before.
Yeah. And just as we predicted, as soon as we got around the island, all of our wind died. So, I think I'm going to turn the engine back on. Approaching Anchor Point. That was so hectic. Trying to bring the main down and the furler was not doing what it's supposed to do, and then we caught another fish, which we ended up throwing back, so it was all for nothing. Another bonito.
Woo!
All we catch. He's got teeth too, though.
Yeah. Do you think we should throw this one back?
I don't care. It's up to you. You're the one that claims them. We're almost to our waypoint, which is Beluga's anchor spot on Navionics. Thanks for the locale.
I'm gonna do the anchor, which means I have to set the anchor alarm, which means I can't record.
Yeah. Correct.
No booty shots for you.
You're at 28 feet right now. 28 feet and rapidly descending. Ascending? Ascending? All right, I'm at 24 feet. I'm gonna turn into the wind. I'm in full neutral. Drop when you're, or no, sorry, don't drop, don't drop. Let me get it straightened out. That's think so. All right, drop when you're ready. You're at 20 feet. 20. What are you gonna let it out to? 80 plus road? Road at 90? Well, then why don't you look on your app and set the perimeter and see what it looks like with those rocks that you're worried about? I'm still at 20 feet. Did you look at the satellite view?
Our captain, Emily, brought us all the way from raising anchor at the last place to dropping anchor here. What we're going to do is grab our handheld depth sounder, and then using the anchor app, we'll follow the extreme perimeter of where our boat will swing and make sure that none of the things that we see as rocks will actually hit the boat if we happen to swing over them.
If you've seen any of our other videos, you have probably noticed that we are like data-driven people. We like data, so everything that we do usually has 1 or 2 additional checks involved before we feel satisfied. So we drop anchor with a app that we use to then set a perimeter around the anchor point, and then from there we cross-reference that to Navionics, which is the user data-driven boating app. And then from there, we cross-reference with our ancient charts on our chart plotter. Oh. And now we're going to go cross-reference all of that with our actual in-field handheld depth finders.
I've got the perimeter set at 300 feet right now, so we could slip the entire length of our chain and still catch, and we'll check that point.
Okay.
I'm glad I didn't waste time spearfishing at the last place. This place is going to have so much more fish.
Mm-hmm. Keys.
You have my phone?
No.
You good?
Are you good? Everybody gets one.
All right, first things first, let's check the little black spot right behind us here. Oh, that's great.
Gear helps. 16.6.
Okay. Still wouldn't hit. Yeah.
The water feels so good.
Okay. We are almost at 300 feet.
Okay.
Bravo's the name, ma'am.
That's only 6.5 feet.
Okay.
At the head of that rock.
And that's 260 feet away from the boat.
Okay. So not quite at our 300 mark, but also plenty of drifting room.
Yeah.
There's more that way, right behind you.
Okay.
Hi, Lou. 7.1.
Ooh, that's pretty shallow.
I also think we're good. I think our biggest threat is all around this rock formation right here, which at 250 or whatever feet away.
That's 300 right there.
Yep, we're officially outside our zone.
Okay.
And that's right before the super shallow rocks. That's perfect.
Johnny Bravo.
Passage beer!
You're not going to find any fun clips from today. And that's because Emily and I have spent the entire day editing videos for you guys to watch.
So go watch them.
Please go watch them.
Later. More moments later. 2 days later.
He literally just asked me if I needed him to move, and I said no.
You sat on my bad knee with all your weight,
I sat on your upper leg.
which is connected to my knee, honey.
I just came here to say that we trapped ourselves in the boat for 2 days, and now we're both in bad moods. Exhibit A. So tomorrow we are waking up early. We're waking up early to go check out the sea cave and the lagoon that is supposed to be hidden behind it.
Woo!
We're awake right on time as planned.
Adventure Day.
We're gonna go try to check out the sea cave, but the land over here, mainland on the peninsula, is completely covered in fog and like what looks like storm clouds, which is interesting.
Look down towards San Marcos too, southern.
Mm-hmm.
It crosses the channel.
Yeah. The fog goes down the peninsula, crosses the channel, and then it completely covers the gypsum mine at the base of the island here. It's pretty crazy looking. We've never seen this. I don't think we've ever seen fog like this before since entering the sea.
Here's another interesting thing. The boat is usually covered in a very thick layer of dew in the morning, and that's where we get all our bees from. There's like no dew this morning, no bees.
There's a lot of bees out here. They're all hovered in one spot though.
That's probably like, yes, that's a lot of bees.
But it's like a third of what we normally have.
Yeah, there's usually a lot of bees.
Yeah. Pretty weird, pretty weird. Some breakfast though? You hungry? So, Blue Dog is one lucky dog. Because when we catch bonito, which is all we seem to catch these days, it's really not a tasty fish for us, but he loves it. So, every meal he gets, we keep at least one bonito every trip we catch one. And he gets about a third of the amount of kibble that he normally gets. And the rest of his meal is a little bit of bonito. We have definitely noticed a positive change in him since we started doing this. His fur is super soft, and he is itching less. So it's definitely helping. The omega-3s are definitely helping his skin and fur big time. Are you ready for breakfast? Come on. You don't have to stay out there with the bees, you know.
I am the bee king.
Will just sent the drone out, and the point over here by us where the little light tower is full of birds every day. And I don't know if you know this, but seagulls hate drones. And there are a lot of seagulls now attacking our drone. It always makes me really, like, nothing's ever happened, but it always makes me so nervous. I'm so scared that one of these birds is just gonna knock my drone out of the sky right into the ocean, and I'm gonna cry. It's gonna make me so upset. My poor drone. He's just doing his job. Will got some great drone shots, but I don't know whether it was the wind picking up or what. I've landed it on the boat before, the drone, and it worked out okay, but it would not let him bring the drone back over onto the boat. So we had to land it on the beach. So Will is now getting in the dinghy to go run over to the beach to grab the drone. And it was full-blown panic over here for a couple seconds because it was literally sitting off the boat right here by the head sail, between the head sail and the stays. And it wouldn't lower, and if you lowered it too much, it would just say landing. If you ever have a situation where you're in a panic, I hope you have a Will with you, because he is the best in high stress situations. He is even keeled, tries to stay calm. And even in the moments when he does get a little panicky, he's good at taking a chill pill and figuring it out. And it was his idea to go land it on the beach, so good work. We're really alone out here. Can't see that shore, can't see that shore. Ooh. I always feel like I'm living my Spice Girl dreams when I wear my hair like this. But it keeps the bangs out of my face.
That looks like a cave, but not the cave that we're looking for.
it. Are we gonna be able to get out of here? That's the real question.
Oh, yeah.
This place is awesome.
Look at this.
This place is so cool. You have to duck under that to get in. And then you're home free. This place is amazing. Come on, I'll show you around.
CK! Let's go!
How's the water, pal? Man, I am full of energy today. Is this what a 5:30 a.m. wake-up call does? No, this is what 2 cups of coffee and almost killing our drone this morning does. Full of adrenaline.
When I stand in the sun, my feet are too hot. When I stand in the cold, it's shady. When I stand in the shade, my body's too cold. And when I stand in the sun, my feet are too hot. And I think I found the perfect solution.
Did you get a bee? I have to keep rolling until you pick that up.
This is why I had to work out.
To fight bees. Can you tell we've been cooped up for too long?
If we had wheels in the dinghy, we could just
Yeah, but the thing about our wheels, they popped.
our dinghy wheels were doing fine. They were a little hot because we left them outside. That was our number one mistake. But then Will, no, I'm not going to let him talk over me. But then Will pumped them up thinking that it was a good idea. And then he left them. But I didn't tell you to pump them up to their typical PSI, their prescribed PSI. Anyways, Will went out and pumped them up as I asked him to, but he pumped them up all the way. And they got too hot and they popped. So now we don't have dinghy wheels anymore and we're very sad about it. And it's both of our faults. I will admit that. But we have to replace our dinghy wheel tires. And we're sad about it.
Actually, if my Leatherman didn't disintegrate at the cliff, I would have had it on me and could have deflated it as soon as I saw it starting to expand too much. So the real problem here is that the Leatherman doesn't work.
I'm shaking my head back here because Will did not see them expand. He was down in the cabin when the first one popped, and then he was like, wait a second, the dinghy wheel just popped. And he ran upstairs to go check the second dinghy wheel, and literally as he was ascending the stairs into the cockpit, the second one popped.
Okay, back to me. This is how I know you're wrong.
In the arms of the angel.
The second tire did not pop. I saw the first one inflating beyond the parameters. I went for my Leatherman, it wasn't there. I ran downstairs to grab a tool, and it popped. The second tire is actually fully inflated in the last round.
No, it's not. I heard them both. I heard two pops, two distinct pops. One, two. Two distinct pops.
The tire is fully inflated in the Lazarette right now with no pops.
Don't believe. But we should probably think about getting out of here soon.
Yes.
Oh man. I don't know, my guy. Duck and cover, duck and cover. Come forward. Start pushing to starboard. All right. More to starboard. It widens up a lot over here. Nailed it.
Home free, baby.
Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
Nicely done.
We should learn how to say secret tunnel in Spanish.
That was fun. Woo!
Cool spot. Good afternoon too, despite the bees.
Bees. We just got back from the sea caves, and I'm hungry. All we have left on the boat is rice and beans. The visibility is not great, but I think I'm going to hop in the water and try to do some spear fishing. See how it goes. We'll go for another one.
Go for 3, baby. Go for 3. Yeah, baby.
Despite our tendency to get lost in isolation, we continue to find ourselves grateful for this drastic life change.
Cheers.
The quiet is welcomed. This space to simply be. Expanding the reaches of our understanding, nurturing that desire to create, shining a light on parts of ourselves we were previously unaware. 7 years of hard work finally paying off.